Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my craft studio. It's Sissy with Sissy's Cards and Crafts, and it is paper pumpkin time. So I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Eastern Ontario, Canada. And every month we do one of these paper pumpkin kits. So paper pumpkin is a subscription that anybody can have with or through through Stampin' Up, sorry. And every month you can get a kit. So depending on how you want to purchase it, if you want to purchase it monthly or 6 months or annually, prices do vary a little bit, but prices always include any applicable taxes and shipping. So a good deal. Usually they do around 9 cards. And I say usually because sometimes it's not a card, but most of the time it is. So let's see what this one is. It is Inked Occasions, is the title they give to this one. Sorry, I'm trying to get it under the camera. It says here Inked Occasions for April 2025. And they always make it so it's a nice little present that you open up. You always get everything that you need. So you will get your block in the first kit you get, then they don't repeat that, but you will always get everything else other than that block in your kit. And like I say, you get that block in your first kit, or you might have acrylic blocks from something else. So the Stampin' Spot, and this is what they normally give, like our ink pads are this size, so you will get this small Stampin' Spot. It, of course, doesn't last as long as what a full ink kit does, but you could get the reinker and re-ink these. They work the same. They're great. And if you don't happen to have the ink color that they want you to use, then you do have it. And so that is me today. I don't have this color, which is a color I would like to have. But now I do have this one. So having a hard time opening it here, though. It's not perforated on the edge. I took a pair of scissors and kind of scored the edge there. So we'll open it up. There we go. So now I have that to use. Quite often I have the color, and so I'm able to just use it or gift it or have it in a travel pack. They usually are stamping kit. So you get a series of stamps, and these ones look quite nice. There's little butterflies thinking of you. Congratulations, hugs. You are amazing. I'm here for you. Sending my love on your retirement or to the happy couple. So it looks like there's some wedding ones or retirement ones, or just thinking of you. Oh my goodness. Now, I will be honest, I have kind of peeked. I haven't seen it in person. I peeked by watching somebody else do the set, but man, it never fails. You think, oh yeah, that's nice. And then you see it in person and it's like, oh my goodness, the quality of these has stepped up big time. So I've shared before when I first started getting these a couple of years ago, even they were nice. They were always good, but the quality just they've amped it up. So even these envelopes, they all are the same, but they are all colored on the outside. Some we've had and you've seen where they have an insert or colored on the inside, but that is just gorgeous. So we have our envelopes. So I'm just going to tuck these in the box beside us. And we have our card bases. So this is where usually there's 3 of 3 different ones. So we have those ones. And then we have these ones. 3 of those, a lighter, paler version. I'm just going to take one of each. Tuck the other ones aside. You get your adhesive. So we have the mini dimensionals. I'm seeing kind of sandwich some things here. So this one too, also like this alcohol ink sort of coloring on it. It's just, it really is beautiful, guys. Like, man, oh man. The downfall of these, though, is we see how beautiful it is. And then I'm telling you how beautiful it is, and you can't get it because you had to have paid for it last month, not being aware fully of it. We did have kind of a picture of the box, and we knew it would have these colors in it. But we didn't quite have the full beauty of it. And now that you can see the beauty, you can't order it. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, though, you can now go and buy refills. So if I want, because I find it so beautiful, I could go in and buy refills for for this set. I believe it's $15 for everything minus the stamps and the ink. You don't get those. Um, if I'm correct, you just get the refills. So these things. All right, they always come with this nice little card. So I was telling you what these stamps say. It's right here, so you can see that quite easily now. And these lovely little butterflies and how they what they are on there. So that's it. That's what we've got. Oftentimes there's embellishments. So there's twine or ribbon, and we don't have any of those in this kit. I don't think we need it with the way we have these foiling gold embellishments on it already kind of built in. So I'm just going to pull out, I'm guessing I need 2 of these. And I'm just kind of taking one of each out of the different things I see here and hoping I get it all right. Let's hope. All right. Now, if I had for my, oh, my chair's going to squeak. I apologize. For the, sorry, I'm just going to put that in there. And it's got stuff in it. But this came with my Glass Mat Studio. It is just a silicone mat that is non-slip, so you can put it on. And you know what, that's great for putting these things in so I don't lose it. And you'll notice those little spots are perfect for holding those Stampin' Spots, because when I go to ink a larger stamp, I need to kind of put it throughout. It's not just a one down and up. So it's nice to have it secured in something. So oops, I apologize for that. I've got my acrylic blocks kind of up here in the corner of my Glass Mat Studio. I'm going to just stick that there instead. And we're going to put those, oh, look, that little sheet of dimensionals even fits right in that little spot there. So I'm going to tuck those things up there so I have that. All right. So I think I have everything out. Here's our instructions. And like I say, every time they're pictorial instructions, so pictographs. So there's very few words, if none, right? And it goes with the language. So if you order the French kit, this would all be in French, these stamps. But it's showing me exactly what to do and how to stamp these, what they want for stamping, how to even place our dimensionals, and it goes through. And then you'll see here at the back, it says video help. So we can scan that QR code and we can actually get and watch a video for it. The other thing with this here is this added die set. So for the last series, like we're in the next quarter, but for the last quarter, I actually ordered this, the version for the last 3. They give you dies and yeah, just dies for that coordinate, and usually 1 per. So that was just showing you the last one. So I believe this one, no, it's this one that you could coordinate with this, right? So the hugs, And then I'm assuming this will be next month, and then this will be the next. So this would be April, this would be May, and this would be June's. So if you want to order that, that's something you can order as well. However, note if you order that, there will be shipping on it unless you place an order in the next couple days. So starting tonight, midnight Mountain Time, you get free shipping for 3 days. So this is awesome if you want to. It doesn't apply to Paper Pumpkin because that's shipped in a whole different way. It's kind of its own separate division. But if you wanted this, you could order that and not have the shipping charges for that, which is great. They only ask that you pay or you spend $100 before tax. All right. And yeah, this here is just telling you, you can get what's in the kit and the colors that are in there. So we have Berry Burst, Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Peach Pie, Pool Party, and Gold. So really, if I didn't want to open up that Berry Burst ink pad, I probably could have just used one of the other ones instead. All right, so we're going to use this, and I'll tell you right now, you know what? This is like a waste. It's gorgeous to have a nice back to my card, but if I cut this in half and stick this on a white card base, I have 2 cards, right? Like, really. So just putting that thought out there, because that would be pretty cool. All right, so we're going to use our butterflies here first. And I did have my very small block out, I thought. So it's nice. It is really, the acrylic block that you get with your set is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. However, once you do start to use these other blocks, the Stampin' Up! Blocks that are wider and they're you can hold them much better, and you get all different sizes. Like these are just a few, right? And you'll know when you're looking at stamps in the catalog, it will have letters beside it. So telling the blocks that would be useful for that stamp set. So I prefer these, especially with the arthritis I'm dealing with now. It just makes it easier for me to hold instead of something thin like this, and I get my fingers in the ink. And it works. Don't get me wrong. It's awesome. It does the job, but it's kind of not what I'm going to use right now. And the other thing, as I've always, always, always said, is clean your stamps before you use them the first time because there are oils on them from being manufactured. So you want to make sure you take those off. And so I have the Stampin' Scrub. So you can scrub it on one side. You spray on one side and scrub it, and then you can dry it off on this side. So your stamps are good and ready to go. And then you can get this Stampin' Mist Cleaner that you can use with it. You can use the chamois that is there as well. And actually, this Stampin' Scrub is going to be leaving us, it looks like. So that's something, if you are interested in, maybe grab it. It is, to me, it's worth it. It's really saved my stamps. And by saving my stamps, I mean, I've noticed the life of them a little bit better. They just hold their stickiness a little bit more. All right, so I'm also going to give this a once over and just make sure that it's going to stamp well. You can see how it kind of has some few little blotches in it, and I want to just make sure that I get rid of those. And I honestly find larger stamps easier to stamp with than little ones because I tend to rock them more. So slow and steady wins the race for sure with small ones. And make sure if you get ink on the edge of your block, you can see that there's a little bit of ink there, that you do take that off, because if you rock it, then you're going to get it in your card and you don't want to do that. All right. So I'm being brave here and I'm using one side for one set of stamps and the other side for the other set. So I have to look through one to get to the other, but not that difficult. So don't rock, don't rock. There we go. And then that little one, they suggest to go down here. And like I've always said too, these are your cards. Do whatever you want with them. You don't have to do it exactly the way they've shown it. If you want to cut it apart and do it in a different way, then by all means go for that. That is not, there's nobody going to come around saying you did what. It's your card. All right, so then it shows that we're going to put this hugs across here. We're going to bump it up with some dimensionals, but while we're stamping, we're going to do this one here. So you have one that's square, straight sides, and then this one's kind of curved. So hugs, what do we want? It says, I'm here for you. You're amazing. Sending my love. I think I'm going to put sending my love, just because I think I might give it to somebody in particular. And it would be one that I think would work. So with these little tiny ones, always put them down and then pick them up with your block, ideally on a piece of paper, not your Glass Mat Studio or something where it's going to stick, because they can bend really easily. And if you don't do that, you can very easily inadvertently bend it. And then when you go to put it on something straight like this, it's not going to work. All right, so I've got my, just going to come down here and straight down and up. There we go. Okay, so let's pop this together. And I keep repeating the same things over and over again, and I don't mean to do that purposefully, but if you have, sorry, I'm just trying to pull out the dimensionals I already have going here so I don't have to open a new one. The red will dye your stamps. It's just the way it is. You can't change it. It's the way that red dye is created. It's a little sad, yes, but you know what? It works just the same. It doesn't ruin the way it works. So just go for it and use it. I'm going to put 2 here, and then I think I'm going to actually cut a couple here, because I want to, oops, I thought that was falling down, and it did fall. I want to get in here. That might still be too big, so I'm going to cut this. This is piddly work, but I think it'll be worth it, because I want this to actually hold up and not fall down. And so this last one here, I've got just a very little edge here. I'm going to see if I can, so this is just kind of the corner that was on that. I'm going to use all the pieces, don't waste anything. And I'm going to just stick it down here on this, the end here. There. All right, I don't see any peeking out, so let's remove all of our backing here. If I can. Again, my fingers are not being happy with me. Might be part of the reason why you haven't seen me in a few days. I've finished up a long-term job that I had. I don't need to go back to it again, which is bittersweet. I enjoyed what I was doing, but I just find I can't do it anymore. So I've passed it on to the next generation. Somebody I trained, so I know it's in good hands. Not that only my individuals I've trained are good. Everybody's good. I know specifically that it will be in good hands. Okay. But my hands, not doing so good. All right, so then they've got this kind of going right across here. In the instructions, it does show dimensionals, but we're going to put a dimensional on each end. So we're not lifting it up any higher. We're just running it over top of the hugs word. All right. Any of you struggle with arthritis and trying to figure out how to keep doing your daily tasks with hands that just don't want to function anymore? Give me some ideas. So there we go. That's one. It's very simple, basic. Got these nice little butterflies. And you know what? I'm going to pull out this. This is an awesome thing to have. It is Wink of Stella. And I'm just going to Wink of Stella these little butterflies. You do want to make sure your ink is dry when you go to do this, unless you want to blend your ink around, because it will blend it just like our blending pens. But it has a little bit of sparkle in there. And so I think it's just going to elevate these little guys just enough that it gives them a little something, something. I think I like that. Okay, so that's card one. Bing, bang, boom, that's done. Card two, oh my goodness, it's done with this one here. And it is going to be a horizontal card. And it's this gold all the way around it. So that in itself is gorgeous. But then we're going to use this. So I like when they give us these fine die cuts, that they've punched out all the kind of internal intricate parts, because even though this is fairly substantial cardstock, it's not copy paper by any means, but you do want to take your time. And if I had to punch out all of this inside part, the chance of me ripping it was probably great, and my patients would probably not tolerate it. So it's nice that when we have these intricate ones, that's what they do. So sweet. Perfect. All right. So again, there's going to be some butterflies around, and they're stating to do them before they kind of know where this is going. Oh, I see. Okay, now I get it. All right, so I'm just going to kind of lay this here. Then I'm going to stamp the butterflies. Then I'm going to put the dimensionals on here, because if I dimensionalize them first and put them up, then my stamp will not reach properly. So I don't want to do that. I want to know where I'm headed and make sure it's going to be something that can be seen, but yet not cause damage to my, oh shoot, I didn't get that little guy. I'm going to pull this down to see if I can do it. The thing with photopolymer is you can sometimes very carefully come down and match it up again. So I'm going to come down because I didn't quite get the little guy. I'm going to, there we go. So I went down over top and I was able to do it off a little bit. But here, you know what? I'll show you how this blender pen works. I can come in and just kind of, while that ink is still wet, very carefully, because it is so fine, just kind of blend that ink a little bit and smooth out those edges. I didn't double it. I thought maybe I would, but I didn't, because it is so small. Okay. Always, if you are going to do it on red at all with your blender pen, make sure you just kind of wipe it off to the side, because, or on a scrap piece of paper, because you can, it will hold some of that ink, and you don't want it to, stay on your brush. So if you go to use it with another color, say blue, you'd have pink, right, on your pen blending in there. All right, perfect. Let's put the lid on that ink before I do something with it. Okay, and like I say, and I've said every single time, I love that they tell you right where to put those dimensionals. They've even given us the centers of these flowers to put them. These very small dimensionals are going to be the problem tonight. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. And then, you know what, just to avoid, I'm going to use the edge here. I'm just going to pull this off. I find, especially with the mini ones, I can just rip it. And I'm going to run this whole big strip right along the bottom. This will hold this much better, 1. 2, it's going to make it easier for me to take this off. So then I'm going to just pull this off here and do this as well. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so pull these off. I have seen where people have, let me try that. They've taken your take your pick tool, the sharp edge, and poked it. I've done it a couple times, but it sometimes doesn't work as easy. See, I kind of screwed up there a little bit. All right, and then, but here with these long pieces, sorry, I'm down, I should move the camera. These long pieces, I'm actually just able to pull a long piece off, so that makes it much easier on my fingers. All right, I am going to just pull this down a little bit because I want to make sure I get this along the bottom. And so when I first saw this, I'm like, oh man, I'm covering up because this gold edging went across, right? And then I was covering the bottom, like, how does that work? But look, they've matched it here. So it's right there. It does that. Perfect. Okay, then they had this thinking of you. So finding the right one, which I'm believing is this one. And then there's a trick. Everybody keeps talking about this trick, and it does make a difference. If you take, because this is a die cut, normally we like to have our, we stamp, and then we take the die and cut it, or fussy cut it, however you want to do it. That way, you know you're getting it in the right location and you're not cutting it the wrong way. But with this, we're not getting dies. So there is, you know, the problem of trying to get this stamp lined up properly. So I'm just going to give this a test stamp here. I'm going to this one again. Let's try to get some of that stuff off there. So because I have to line it up, if I put this on something dark, I'm going to be able to see my die cut easier. You can see the kind of the downfall of these Stampin' Spots here. They work great. They really do, but they are smaller than the pads. All right, so now I can see and I can kind of line that up and come down on there like that. Because I had that dark color under there, it worked much, much better. If I had to do that on the glass mat, probably not. And you can maybe see there's a little bit of a pink tinge to these now. That, again, is expected. I'm not going to upset about it. It works the same way. Nothing is wrong. So we are okay. All right, so now, and notice I didn't put dimensionals under here. So when I put a dimensional here, it's protecting the ones underneath, but it's going to lift it up. So I want to make sure that I'm putting these kind of in the spot that they're saying to put them. So I'm going to look at it the right way here and put it down there. And then I'm going to put it up here just because I don't want to get where the flowers are going to be, because then I'll push the flowers down. So hopefully, if I've done this correctly, I'm going to have these in spots where they're going to go in between the flowers. Oh, yes, that works well with the take your pick tool if you can kind of get the hang of it. All right, and so this is going to go in there like that. So thinking of you. Simple, simple. Isn't that pretty? Just gorgeous. But again, I've got a back here. I don't have the gold edging on that, but even look how it looks like with that color. That oh, I've lost the name of that. But that looks great with it. I'm sorry, I can't think of it right now. All right, so our last one is this one, and it has the gold throughout it as well. Lost Lagoon, I believe it is. All right, so we're going to fold this. This is another horizontal card, and it is using this piece here. Let me see. So we're folding it, or no? Yeah, it's horizontal. It's showing me that it isn't, but it is. All right, so then we've got our butterflies again. And we are going to stamp again on, I'm going to not punch that out yet. I'm going to just hold that off just because it's so delicate. I don't want to jigger it up. All right, so I'm going to take out the congratulations. All right. All right, so congratulations. And what are we going to congratulate? Okay. And that also is going to go on one of these cutouts. So we're going to make sure it's here. I'm going to rub my fingers over those little spots where it was attached. Okay. Give this a quick rundown. Make sure it's going to work properly. So one piece of advice I will always give is have a spare piece of paper. You know, you can use it 100 different times, stamp over your previous stamps, whatever, but it's always, always helpful. Okay, so I'm going to line that up. Come down on there, hold it for a second. And notice how I've got this angled on my block. I just need it to fit. There's nothing saying it has to be a certain way or not. Right? As long as it fits, it's good. All right, so we've got congratulations. Now, what are we going to congratulate? Where's my sheet that says everything here? So you are amazing. I think I like that one. It's congratulations. Yep, that's what it says here. We could put on your retirement or to the happy couple, but I think I'm just going to put you, not just, it's a great sentiment. You are amazing. Find that here. All right, truth be told, guys, the reason why I'm not being seen tonight, I haven't. I've kind of been flaking out last little bit on showing myself on video, and I do apologize for that, but I'm flaking out on that tonight because after supper, I don't know. Maybe it's the I started a new medication, or maybe it's just being tired from managing with the arthritis. But I had to have a bath. It was like 6 o'clock. Josh wanted to watch a movie so bad, and I got myself through the movie as best I could. And then I'm like, hey, but I gotta go have a bath. And so, of course, at that point in time, who wants to get dressed to sit up for another couple hours? So I put my pajamas on. So I'm sitting here in my pajamas, which, you know what? I'm fine with, but I don't think you guys need to see me sitting in my pajamas. No, I'm not. My pajamas are, leisure clothes, pants and a t-shirt. My husband often jokes that I come to bed in a snowsuit. That's and maybe there's something to that. So, but my hair is up and face is washed, and yeah, I just feel like I'm hiding. I need to hide tonight. All right. And if you're in Canada, we've got the voting coming up. I don't want to be political, but do go out and vote. I do feel it's important. I've let it slide over the years, and I've neglected it, and I should never have neglected it. Okay, so here I am going to put just a dab of glue on this, just because I want to have it sitting properly on this for me. I don't want to kind of lose it, have it fall or misplace. So I'm going to just take these here, and I'm going to put them on this piece. I'm letting that dry just a smidge. One thing with paper pumpkin is they don't really, I mean, of course you could do any of these. Like you could put thinking of you, I'm here for you, and then put inside hugs, or congratulations on your retirement, thinking of you. So you can use these together, or congratulations, and then on the inside put to the happy couple. Like you can make these work, but you might want to get other sentiments to put inside the card, because I'm really not doing anything inside for these. There are lots of different sets that you can find in the catalog and online. So Stampin' Up! Has their catalogs, and it's an annual catalog, and then they have mini catalogs that come out, and they are usually a couple times a year. And so they have product in it as well, and that changes. So that gives us lots of options. They're called the mini catalogs. by far they're not mini. They have lots of good stuff in them, and the size actually is not mini either. But they do give us lots of options. And then there's online exclusives. Now these change more frequently. So have a look at them frequently. We usually let you know when they're coming out, and we're having a new catalog launch May 6th and a new online exclusives launch May 6th. So a great time to take a look at what is being cleared out now that's not returning. You can get some good products, and some of those great products would be ones that have good sentiments in them that you could have inside as inside sentiments, or maybe you like to write your own sentiments. That's perfectly fine as well. Okay, so you'll notice that when I put that on, the glue rather, it stuck quite nicely. It didn't wiggle around, and that's because I let it sit, and some people say marinate, but it actually just kind of dries a little bit and becomes tacky. So there we go. Congratulations. You are amazing. And that's just going to sit up there like that. And that's just awesome. And again, just because I've been doing it, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to come in here with my Wink of Stella and give it a little bit of a shimmer and a shine. And I think that's it. I'm definitely going to do some alternatives for this. So that is taking a look at how we could make these into different formats, different cards. Like I say, even taking something, cutting these in half. Like, look at, I could do that again and put this on another card. So just even something like that is great. I've got some different ideas on how to kind of color this a little bit more. So lots of ideas flowing, and I will put them together and maybe later this week come in with some alternatives. But there we go. That is this month's Paper Pumpkin. It's great. It's fun. It's gorgeous. A great way to make some cards. I know here for me, this was just over $30. So I've got 9 cards for $30. Like that's pretty awesome. Handmade, I can do what I want with them. I can change them up however I want. If I bought the added dies, there's opportunity there too. So all sorts of stuff to do. But thank you for joining me. If you are interested in any more about the products, let me know. If you're in Canada, you're interested in doing any purchases, please let me know and I'll help you with that. Or if you're actually interested in becoming a demonstrator, it's a great deal. It's just, I believe it is, if I'm correct, it's $160 that you pay, and you get 200 or just over $200 worth of product, anything you want. So now with things being on clearance at the end of the year, you could pick up some really good stuff and you could end up with quite a bit of stuff. Or you could get the new stuff that hasn't even been launched yet, because new demonstrators and those signing on have access to those products as well. So you could hit the ground running. So lots of interesting things. If you're interested, let me know. Just send me a message through the Facebook link, Sissy Cards and Crafts. And I look forward to spending some time with you again soon. All right. Take care.